Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Shadows over Cloak and Stagger. We are going to be picking up right where we left off last week in the same dungeon that we've been in for the last couple weeks. But we're gonna get out of here today because we're level 3 now and we're stronger and we're better for it. So thank you again for joining us today. Let's just jump right into it. Screw it. We can go through other shit later.
Straight to the point. I like it. Only difference tonight, y'all. I will be your Bertha, for she is not feeling well, so she is not with us tonight.
Yeah, you will.
So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, are y'all ready to jump in? Y'all got anything else before I switch over?
I'm ready.
Ready.
Okay, hell yeah. Quickest ass intro I've ever heard. I like it.
Yeah.
In that case, first, before I take us over, gotta fix the music because it's a little too cheery for where we're at, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead.
I mean, it doesn't
crank up
have to
the real
be.
tunes. And all right. So you guys completed the eyeball issue you ran into. Came into a nice large room and found some nice treasures, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What would you
Found
like
a-
to do now?
As I start to make my way out of the room, and passing by Tyradek, I hand the remaining 2 chaos shards of my possession over to him.
I see
Take
this.
them.
And I kind of look at that and say, the shards, what the hell are those?
Saw some visions. I'm not quite sure if I'm honest, but they definitely felt powerful and some stuff I'm not familiar with. And Tyradek seems to be somewhat in the magic school, so I'm letting him figure it out.
Fair enough.
Yeah. They seem to be stored energies.
You see Bertha
Okay.
walking up to you, and she has a stool literally tied around her waist to her back.
All right.
I'll make note of that and say, yep, everything seems normal here.
I begin. Make my way out.
And I will follow suit with Jaeger.
As will I.
I will
Dread,
shift
coming?
our vision here for a second. As
Yeah,
Jaeger
I'm
approaches
just
the eyeball
rearranging
room.
things.
As we approach the room with all the eyeballs, I am going to attempt to sneak in again, just in case something is watching.
Jaeger, you feel as if you're being watched from all around right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I look to my left and right and notice a gaze of the eyeballs and give him a middle finger over to my right.
You want to do a stealth check for me, Orion? Agility check?
Yes.
Feel pretty quiet. Very sneaky right now.
So I'm just gonna tiptoe in my Jordans.
As you
I,
hear footsteps all around you, even though you seem yourself quite quiet.
I've got that insulation.
I kind of walk up behind Orion. Say, why don't you check out around the edge? See if you can see anything down one of these hallways.
Very good. So I'll kind of continue my sneakiness.
You see a ton of eyeballs just looking at you, Orion.
I turn around and I start to come back after I kind of take a look at all that, and I'll go back over to Jaeger and say, it looks like a dead end over there.
All right. Okay. Well, we know that there's something good up here. And I start making my way up the hallway.
Okay, I'll follow you.
Approaching the next room, you are met with quite a few familiar scenes. There's the body of what looks like a dog/wolf, and the rubble of what was a very beautiful statue.
Taking a look down the hole, I look to notice if I still see the bowl down there.
Just glancing down, you do still see a bowl floating in the air, with some faint red lights glowing all around it. And the whole room seems to be just kind of shimmering red here and there, almost as if it's reflective.
And I double check my ring over the hole to double check for the faint blue light.
Your ring is not glowing.
But it did earlier.
Once we were in the hole.
Yeah. So, Tyrannic, you want more of those shards?
They're very tempting. How many do we see from up here?
It's very, very difficult to tell how many are in the bowl. All you see is just red glimmers and glinting repeatedly as you look down there.
If I had to make an educated guess,
If you were making an educated guess, you would guess anywhere between 2 and 20.
yeah, that's more educated than not having any number.
I take one of the empty health potion vials from the shitty store dealer in town. And I kind of twirl it around a little bit. So, I toss this at it.
You're throwing a health potion at it?
I'm an empty glass of a health potion.
Oh, and you're just trying to hit the bowl?
Yeah, just trying to hit the ball, and I'm asking the group around me, should I throw the glass at the bowl?
Bowl or 4. I'm not sure which.
History doesn't remember cowards.
Bertha looks over at you, Jaeger, and kind of shrugs. Are you sure you can hit it by just throwing a bottle?
Well, I've thrown my fair share of rocks at people. Figure this is pretty similar. Okay.
Or we could send Thrak down.
Yeah. No. No. No, you throw that bottle. I'm good up here.
We could tie rope to Dick's dead body.
I don't think that's necessary.
All right. So I make an attempt to throw the glass bottle at the bowl.
Sure. So
Move away.
you prone down and get close to this glass without cutting yourself, and kind of line up a lob into this bowl. And I'm assuming, are you just trying to land it in the bowl, or are you trying to like break the bowl, or what's your goal here?
Knowing that the other bowl didn't move, I'm really just trying to throw the glass as hard as I can at the bowl to see if it moves, if the room reacts, anything like that.
Okay, so you line up with the bowl, kind of cock your hand back, and then fling forward this empty health potion. As the glass goes flying at the bowl, it looks like it's about to connect, and it goes right through it and shatters on the ground.
Some sort of sorcery here.
Or a trap.
I'm thinking it's another illusion. We seem to have come across a bunch of those.
Isn't
Perhaps
magic
a
what we're looking
diversion.
for?
Well, I don't know that illusion magic is what we're looking for.
What if this was put here to distract us from getting the ones we already found? What if there are no real shards there at all?
That's what
true.
I'm thinking.
Well, we'll only know if we check the damn thing, right?
Oh, you want to go down there?
I mean,
I don't.
if no one else will, I would.
Should we check the double doors first?
The double doors or the doors immediately to our east?
They're the same thing.
Okay.
Or
Yes.
there's a staircase that goes down.
Yeah, staircase. That's the one.
Might as well.
All right.
All right, let's go.
Start heading into that room.
Okay. Everyone starts making their way into the giant, pillared, dark hallway. Jaeger, I'm assuming you have a torch out still, right?
I do.
So torch in one hand, shield in the other, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Everyone ventures down into the hallway. However, everyone can see, because, specialize in one torch. That works. As you all make way to the staircase. You see, as before, it goes down and sort of starts curving north. And as you walk down the stairs, they immediately start descending more and more until you reach a hallway. It just goes straight for a good bit. I will transition that screen. Is everybody going down?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Aye.
Give me just a moment here. I did not save anyone's tokens, so your health is going to be screwed up again, but we'll deal with that later.
I ain't worried about it.
No.
You and so you all enter a room that's just right when you hit the bottom of the stairs. It's almost like the floor is just completely reflective. Your torch is shimmering off the ground right now, Jaeger. The entire room seems to be glistening red at the moment.
I see pitch black on my screen.
Do you?
Yep.
Justice?
I kneel down and look at the floor. Can I tell what it's made out of, or what this room is made out of?
Might
There
be
you go,
best to
Jaeger,
ask the
sorry.
dwarf that.
Are you trying to assess what the floor's made out of? Is that what you said,
Right.
Orion?
No, I'm gonna kind of lean down, touch it, and see if I can see what it is, and then as I'm doing so, I'll kind of turn and say, "Does anyone know what this material is?"
Floor. What?
Right on.
Kinda...
Make a perception check for me, Orion.
Nope.
It just looks like
It's
very
shiny
polished stone, exceptionally polished stone, maybe marble. You're not sure. All you know is you could easily see reflections all over the place right now.
floor. Okay. And I would like
Jamie-
to attempt to hide as we continue in.
Okay, what was that, Tyrannic?
I was going to say, we've been at this probably about an hour or so, right?
Roughly.
I'm going to go ahead and recast Arcane Armor. Oh, because we've probably been at it longer than an hour, I'd say, so I want to have it ready.
Okay. You can see glimmers of red all over the place in this room, and it all seems to be emanating from the opposite end of where you are now.
Kind of take a look on the walls, see if there's anything reflective that I notice in the room, other bodies or anything like that.
All right.
Maybe even the glowing bowl.
I'm working off your previous stealth check too, Orion.
Okay.
Just looking at the walls and whatnot, every surface is smooth as it can be. Other than that, you don't really notice any bodies or odd things in the reflective surfaces aside from glinting red light that seems to be emanating from the other end of the room.
Jaeger, what's your ring say?
I hold up my ring.
It is not doing anything at the moment.
Nothing right now, and I continue just kind of holding it out and waving it in front of my face. I think I see the bowl in the distance, though, as I
Yeah,
kind of
me
walk
too.
up to it as I continue to hold my hand out.
Your ring starts to glow dim blue.
Whoa. Yep, that's the trap.
Okay. Back on out of here then.
It's like turns around, just starts heading out.
I'm starting to think that there's only one place with real shards, and we already found it.
Hearing that faint voice in the distance that I can't see, just kind of look around and go, "Yeah, that sounds right."
I do believe we have some pig noses to turn in.
Yeah. Fuck this thing.
What about that giant cube?
I do want to do something with that. I just don't know what.
You guys are heading back upstairs?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Just a moment.
As we're walking up, I whisper over to Orion. Probably should have sent Bertha's fireproof ass in there.
You're back
You
on
have
the
to
first
remember,
level.
it's only her ass that's fireproof. Let's see.
Step over.
As
a
we're kind
few
of walking
whoopsies.
along, say, so if we were to do something about this meat cube, what? Anybody have any ideas?
I want to shoot it with a spell.
I'm in for that. That thing needs to go.
Hold on a second while I pull the camera. There we go.
Oh boy. As we get back to the water where the piranhas are. Bertha, are you going to be okay to walk through this water?
Now hold on, wait before you go. Bertha then starts kind of taps one of her feet against the ground quick and then starts jogging and runs and jumps onto your back, Orion. Okay,
Oh my.
I'll be good now.
Very well. I didn't know I would be playing pack horse today. Here we are. Going in to fight a giant cube of meat and blood and gore. Just another day in the life of Orion and Jaeger and Jimothy. I look down.
Is
at
there any
Jimothy.
sign that the piranhas are out there?
You don't see any sign of movement in the water or anything. At the moment.
They're always out there, waiting.
Bertha drops off your back.
Bertha, that wasn't so bad, now was it?
Oh, yes, but yes and no. As long as we can just do that again. And you enter a gore-stricken room and are met with the grotesque sight of a giant pulsing meat cube. Let me fix the cam again.
I lean my torch against the wall here and grab my battle axe.
Okay. Just a second to take that torch. Pull it out.
Just against the corner in the square that I'm in right now.
Hey Ryan, can you take a longbow for me, just in case? Try not to break it.
Let me see.
Yep.
I cannot.
It's worth a shot.
I feel as though if I carry anything else, I'm not going to be able to move around the way I need to.
Fair enough, sir. I'm going to set a longbow down at my current position, and I guess I'll come back for it on our way out if we survive this.
You're setting a longbow down right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little heavy otherwise.
I'm leaving you remember it, because I ain't gonna remember it.
All right. Is there any sign that this cube has changed since we left it? Because I'm kind of curious where those skeleton thingies came from.
Absolutely. Without even making a check, you can tell it's changed.
Ooh.
The flesh seems to be slowly moving just across the cube, with bits of muscle and tissue just popping up almost like bubbles here and there and then sinking back in. The entire cube, as you established before, seems to be alive and constantly pulsating.
I'm going to recast Sense Life, and I'm curious if it is more concentrated in spots.
Who drew the bow on the map? That's gold. I like it. That's a good way to, that's a good way to remember. Okay. So, Sense Life, let's see what that does for you. Touch location of any living creature area. Well, flesh is technically living, I'd say. I don't know if I identify flesh as a creature, but in that sense, you definitely sense life all around you at the moment.
Is it concentrated anywhere where it's like bubbling or anything like that?
Nope.
Oh well.
Definitely seems to be a little more effective the deeper in, I suppose.
Got a feeling this cube generates those creatures we fight.
Well, we
I
should
just kind of-
definitely get rid of it then.
Yeah, just grimace at the cube.
Bertha turns to everybody. So, are we going to burn it, or what are we doing?
Light it up, Teradek.
Let's try something new. And I am going to double check something before I fire this off. Okay. I am going to fire Burning Beam towards what I believe to be the center of this.
Okay. All right. So, let me ask you before I tell you what happens here. Were you just trying to damage the cube? Are you trying to set the cube on fire? Are you trying to target something in the center, hoping it hits something in the middle of the cube? What was your intention?
My intention is to target the center because I established last time that there was something evilish in the center of it. My damage is directed towards that center area.
Okay, so you fire your burning beam right into this cube as everyone sees a ray of fire just sink into this thing. Little tiny embers and flames appear on the hole immediately made when it entered the cube. And you see them slightly grow. You also see the cube kind of start shaking and shivering a bit as you hear out a loud, ear-piercing screech. The hole that you started that beam in starts to burn more and more as it starts pouring outward a bit, as you seem to have lit the cube on fire. The screaming goes on for about 5 seconds and then stops.
Well, I think he did something.
Bertha, you might want to take a step back.
And I go up and actually inspect the growing flame hole.
The flame seems to be spreading rather quickly on the flesh itself. As you get close, you can... It smells like something's cooking, honestly. Something grotesque.
I pull out my bow and I knock an arrow. I'm just watching, and I'm going to attempt to just remain hidden in the shadows.
Jaeger, make a perception check for me.
Perception.
Okay. You turn and look at the group for a moment, kind of saying, just saying, oh, it looks like this thing's lighting up now. And what you don't notice is some of the flesh start kind of moving inward and caving in a bit, as not long after, something pops out and flies right at you.
Whoa.
And it is going to get a surprise on you. But we're entering some initiative.
Good.
Just a moment to change them to here. Okay.
Ooh, nice.
So this thing's going to go ahead and make an attack on you before we're going into any more things here.
Hell,
Golly dang.
This thing come out and nicks you in the back for 2 damage. Immediately after, all of you notice that flesh on this cube is starting to cave in on multiple spots as a few more things appear.
Can you give us a good view of one of those tokens?
I can. These things look like tiny little demons. Everyone's seeing this. Go ahead and make a will check for me.
Womp womp.
Okay. Oh yeah, and Bertha, right? That's me. Bertha. Will. So Bertha and Orion, you are fighting for 1 round. But now we can go to some initiative. Who wants to take a fast turn?
I assume I'm stealth.
Yeah, because I was going off your previous roll.
Okay, so I'm gonna see these things and go, "Oh shit! What the hell? What the hell?" And I'm just kind of looking down at the ground.
All right.
Just to check, we're on a different round than when I fired Burning Beam.
Yes.
I'll probably go ahead and take a fast attack then.
Okay.
Here we go. Unerring darts, and I'm going to put half into the one on Jaeger and half into the one behind Jaeger towards the top.
One will get 4, one will get 3.
Yeah, 4 into the close one.
Okay, 4 into the close one. You see your dart stick into it, but you expected more than what just happened. You seem to have damaged it still, not as much as you had hoped. And you said the other one in which one?
The top one of the 4 I see.
And how much damage would that have been?
That would have been 3.
Okay. So, same effect with this one. Any other fast turns?
Cannot take a fast turn.
Alright. In that case, we're going to do some enemy fast turns with this one in your face. Jaeger is going to make another claw at you.
Jeez.
This time it strikes you for 5 when you turn around and see this little horrid thing in your face. Slow turns. Who's going slow?
Let's see here. I will take a slow turn, and I'll continue to sneak up to right here. And I'm going to I'll sneak to right here, and I'm gonna take my my gun out, and I'm gonna load it with a silver bullet.
Okay. Take your gun out and load it up with the good shit.
And that ends my turn.
Other slow turns?
Yeah. I'm gonna move up to this guy that I can see up here. And then I'm going to swing my saber at him with a precise attack. So this will be against his agility.
Okay, let me check some agility. And you rolled a formula. I can't tell.
Yeah, it's off the old sheet, so it doesn't point anywhere anymore.
What number to
Hang
hit
on.
with that?
We got this.
Okay.
Looks like all nat 20s to me.
Yeah. That looked like
Max damage and all nat 20s.
Oh my.
There we go.
Okay, and against his agility, that will hit.
Yes. Okay.
That's going to be you cut into him for 5 damage plus 1 for your trickery. Yes.
And then 2 for backstab.
Right.
Yes.
Let me verify one thing real quick.
Ignore these.
Okay, you run up to this thing as soon as it's emerging from this flesh, and you just shove your saber, right? Saber
Yes.
right into its little guts and pull it out. As you see it screech out and then just fall out of the meat cube onto the ground.
Nice.
good stuff.
Bertha is going to use her slow turn to take a defensive position as she just holds her shield up, looking at these things shaking a bit. And
I make an attack on the one on me.
okay, let's see it. Your battle axe swings wild at this thing as it's just buzzing in your face.
Get it off!
That'll bring us to some slow turns for the enemy, which this guy is going.
I didn't even see that guy.
to vanish.
No, you definitely don't see.
Does he just like disappear, or does he retract into the cube?
It almost looks like some energy swirled around him and it just disappeared.
All right.
And
What
immediately,
the fuck is going on here?
and within a
You're the one that
second
wanted
later,
to attack the meat cube. He did it.
it appears behind Tyraddic as it tries to claw into you, Tyraddic.
All right. This is fine. This is not fine.
Jesus.
This thing rakes your back for 6 damage.
All right. I'll be taking 6 damage.
This one pulls itself free from the flesh and just flies directly at Bertha. It will make its attack with a Bane. She is taking a defensive position. And immediately she has her shield ready as it flanks against her shield. Which I believe that would bring us to the end of the round, where you see more flesh being torn into on this cube as the fire expands bigger and bigger, and this whole room is starting to fill up with smoke. As 2 more of these things claw their way out. And that'll take us to a new round.
Undo your frightened affliction if you clicked it. And I'm going to take a swing on the one in front of me.
You chop it clean in two.
Excellent. And is that, I assume, 5 more?
Absolutely.
Alrighty. Well, then I'm going to go again and just move on down the line. I'm gonna attack the one attacking Bertha right now.
All right. And this time, this one's a little more, even though it just got struck by a huge ass shield, it's able to get out of the way of your attack.
Alright.
Next slow turn. No more slow turns? That's everybody? Okay. That's going to bring us to some enemies then. Both this one and this one vanish from sight temporarily.
I didn't even see those things down there. I don't know how many there are.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Give me just a moment. Both of them appear right between Teratic and Bertha. And Jaeger, technically.
Yeah, didn't see that one coming.
As both of them are going to make frenzied attacks.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
And just as a reminder, frenzied attack, they're attacking 2 different people with their weapon, but they're going to get a Bane on each attack. So 2 attacks to Teratic and 2 to Bertha. So here's the first one against Teratic, the Bane. I don't think that connects, does it?
It does not.
Okay, you see this one coming, barely unable to get out of the way, but immediately another pair of claws are coming right up to your face. As you duck under them too. Both claws whoosh right over you. Same thing happens against Bertha, who is still holding up her shield. She's able to parry off one and the other, as both of you are fully prepared for this out of nowhere barrage of attacks.
We're just that paranoid now.
Yep.
I believe that's going to be the end of their turn, so that'll be a new round. Which Bertha is going to go ahead and take a fast turn leading off, as she is going to take advantage of her shield bash she had performed. So she's going to get some boons on this guy as she lines up her Morning Star.
Damn.
That'll do it.
And brings it right over this thing's head and swats it like a fly as it smushes into the pavement. Next fast turn.
I'm going to try something different. I'm going to attempt a scalpel attack at the one below me.
Okay. And you poke your scalpel forward, aiming for this thing right in the chest. It starts scooting out of the way, but you're able to nick it.
I'm going to do something more to that.
Oh.
I'm going to smite it.
As soon as you feel your scalpel connecting, it glows with golden light as it stabs into this thing. And let me see.
I'm assuming this is a demon?
Let's see what this means. Hold up a second.
My eye lanterns like light up when I see
Yeah,
this
my
weapon
eyes go
glow.
big when I see the fucking glow.
It is definitely a demon.
Alright, I'm going to add another d6 to that.
Woo, boy!
As soon as the
Yes.
scalpel connects, it just starts burning its insides. This thing screams out and becomes ash.
Hell yeah.
Fight for what's right.
That's new.
No kidding.
Any other fast turns?
I'm gonna take a swipe at the one next to Teratic. And being pissed off at these little fuckers and having just been clawed by that one and inspired by the glow of Teratic's light bomb that he just unleashed, I go berserk.
Oh my god.
Jaeger lets out a yell that echoes through the hallways.
And I take a berserk swipe at the one next to Teratic.
After he lets out his scream, the demon starts to turn and look at him, and all it sees is a flash of steel as it is sent flying across the room in pieces. And we will put him
I jump back a little bit.
over here as he is smashed against the wall. And that is going to take us out of some combat.
How does
I'm
so
gonna
I
run
guess
up.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, coming out of Berserk, I take a look to see what's going out of what's happening with the cube here.
Well, I was gonna say I see Jaeger still like, and I'm gonna run up to him and kind of grab him by the shoulders and say, buddy, it's okay. You're gonna be okay. They're dead. They're gone. We good? You good?
Yeah.
I turn back to Juratic and see. I've seen him kill lots of people when he gets like this. Friends, foes, it doesn't. And I turn back to Jaeger. You're good. We're good.
Yeah.
All right,
good.
I'm
All
sorry,
right.
did you just say friends?
That's. Don't worry about that. We're good. We're good, right? We're right. Good, right, buddy?
We're good.
All right. We're good, everybody.
Jaeger,
Yes, sir.
make a will check for me.
Is he really good?
No.
You are fatigued and tired from your sudden burst of rage and take 1 insanity.
I see kind of a twitch in his eye, and I'm just gonna.
Is he
I'm
noticeably
gonna
not
kind
good?
of I'm gonna make note of that, and then I'll say,
In terms
You'll
of
be okay, bud.
noticeably, I am 4 insanity currently.
So you're looking a little troubled.
Little twitch in my eye, sure.
it's fine. I've seen
This
him
is
like this
okay.
before.
I don't know about you.
I have 11 will, by the way.
That's all right. I got plenty of these now. I'm going to cast Cure on you because you don't look too good, man. And I'm going to take an insanity off of you.
Thanks. It's been a while since I felt like that.
I just
I
don't like
can
the
tell
idea
he-
of you tearing up allies.
I can tell he kind of relaxed a little bit, so I'll step back.
The room starts to fill with more and more smoke as the fire has engulfed half of this.
Can I go up to it and just kind of look? Is there like a noticeable hole where I can see through this thing?
Actually, I'll go without having to do a roll. I'll say it does look like there's a hole. It looks like it started trying to seal itself up too, but at the same time, there's fires and embers just engulfing this thing right now, so it's really hard to see through.
Guys, I think we've handled this.
I don't feel like it's been handled. There was something very dark in the center of that, and I want to make sure it's destroyed.
Yeah, we're not done here.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go back over here. And I'm going to hide in the shadows again. You guys just holler if you need some help.
If you guys stay down here too long, this smoke is gonna kill you.
You feel pretty well hidden again around.
Turn to Erratic. Light it up again.
With pleasure, sir. Do we want to not be standing next to it when it goes off this time?
I'm good right here. And I ready my shield.
All right. Since Thrak has stepped up, I'm going to do something else new. I have all the new abilities.
Boy.
I'm going to cast Seed of Life on the 3 of us. We are going to get 2d6 extra health. And if we get hit, you immediately heal half your damage rate.
Okay.
So that's 7 extra life.
Damn.
Interesting.
Wow.
So if you double click on your token, it'll pop up, and then in bar 3, it's your damage / your health. So just adjust your health to +7. And we have that for an hour.
So is that like temporary health, Erratic? Is that how that works?
Yeah, it's a temporary
For 1
health
hour.
Okay. Like a shield. I got you.
pretty much. And when it gets popped, it heals you, so nothing can one-shot us. That I know of. And here we go with the actual attack on this thing. We're going to cast Burning Beam and miss.
Okay. Well, your target's about 40 feet wide, so even with a 1, you might not aim directly at the center, but you shoot a beam of burning fire through this thing again. You do not hear any screams or anything this time. Just the cackling and cracking of a large chunk of meat being cooked.
About how large is the hole right now? Is it like something we can, saying smoke, does the hole look to be about, like look through size, or does it look walk through size?
How big, wait, what hole are you talking about? The burning beam hole?
The hole that was being burned up from the first shot. How far has this thing expanded? And you said it was starting to look like it was trying to regen. How successful is that right now? Is it just is the hole expanding more slowly, or is it actually regenning and closing?
The hole's expanding more slowly.
Okay. And the size of that hole?
It's probably about the big of your head now.
As big as my head.
Can we see to the center yet?
Maybe, sort of. What you do see when you poke your head, not in, because that would be suicide at the moment, because it's on fire. Just trying to glance through the hole. It looks like the fire is burning away a lot of the flesh towards more the outside, like it's just expanding outward as opposed to inside the cube. You cannot see the middle.
Got it.
So I step up and I actually take my axe and I start trying to slice chunks from the hole and see if I can slice flesh away.
Okay. You take your battle axe and start swinging, and you are able to start cutting flesh away. Blood is kind of spurting out everywhere as you do this.
And I'm trying to cut let's say almost like a pyramid shape from the top of the hole, kind of pyramid down, just kind of slicing to the left and right of me, trying to cut out sort of a wide downward larger hole to eventually be able to walk through.
Okay. And it looks like your cuts, the meat is very, very slowly trying to regenerate wherever you've cut. But also the fire is all around you as you're doing this. You're able to cut how you want to. Are you wanting to enter as well?
If I can cut all the way down to the floor, or let's say half a foot off the floor, and make it wide enough that I can kind of see if I step forward, am I stepping over a barrier of flesh, or does the flesh go deep enough that I would be stepping on the flesh? I would kind of check that out, and then seeing, obviously where the fire is.
Okay. So you're able to cut down to the floor, and it looks like this thing is just sitting on stone as you clear out a bit of it at the bottom.
So it looks like the flesh is just a barrier. It's not a flesh. The cube is not deep with flesh.
I don't know. Hold on. I don't understand what you're saying there.
So, like, is it a wall of flesh, or is the cube all the way towards the center made of flesh? Is kind of what I'm checking.
All the way towards the
Is
center.
it a solid? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Flesh all the way through.
Okay.
So this is like a gelatinous cube, except for it's flesh.
Yeah, gelatinous cube wrapped in bacon. You got it.
But we still can't tell the center from where we're at.
Mm-mm. You can tell the fires are starting to spread where you cut, though.
You have another one of those Bernie beams.
Got one more. I want to try one other thing before we do that. I would like to try to go up and stab this thing.
Sure. Make an attack roll against it. Okay. Success was very, very low to do it, so I'll say you succeeded. You're just trying to do a quick stab into it, yeah?
Oh, I was going to load it up with a smite if it was successful.
Oh, you successfully stabbed it.
All right, then we'll load up a smite. Is this thing getting extra damage? Is this some sort of demon, devil, or undead?
Nothing abnormal happens when your smite lights up at the end of your scalpel,
That's what I wanted to know.
other than a small incision you made.
You guys could help here too.
Everyone make a strength check
Start
for me
slashing.
with 1 boon.
You said make a strength check.
With 1 boon.
Hey, there we go.
13s. Wow.
Orion, do you breathe?
No.
Oh, well, you're excluded.
Okay.
You can definitely all feel the smoke starting to get a little intense in your lungs, but for the moment, you all feel okay.
I'll say, all right, and I'll kind of march up here and I'll start trying to hack and slash away, as well.
All right, so what is y'all's goal here? Just trying to eliminate the cube completely?
Journeying to the center of the cube.
Okay,
Center of the cube, maybe it completely, but at least to the center.
so it is currently engulfed in flames. So if we're trying to work with that right on top of y'all, we're going to need to do some agility checks as you move in.
Okay.
All right, everyone go ahead and make an agility check for me as you're hacking away in this cube. Everyone hacking in there at least.
Just
Bertha
an
will-
agility challenge roll.
Yeah, Bertha will join. This is to dodge the embers and flames that are kind of just firing off. All right. Bertha goes up and starts just chopping away, kind of holding her shield up here and there. Just it's getting very hot as she gets a little lax and kind of tilts to the side a bit. As her arm is scathed a bit by the flames, she's going to take... Can I roll a d3? Yes, I can. Let's roll a d6. And she takes 3 damage from the fire. Okay. You guys keep hacking and slashing your way in. Are y'all able to actually walk in the cube right now, or is that covered?
Can walk in.
Yeah, we can go in.
Okay. I'll say y'all are able to clear about 10 yards in before I'd have y'all make another check. With the now
10
being
yards or 10 feet?
10 feet. Sorry, 10 feet.
Okay.
That's 2 blocks.
Yeah.
If you would like to continue chopping in while surrounded by flames, which are now slowly making their way to cover your exits, make another agility check with a Bane. As Bertha
I've done my part.
tries to...
Wow.
Oh,
Bertha's able to avoid the flames this time, but Thrak and Jaeger, you're going to take a small hit here for 1 damage.
okay.
I'd say you make it about another 10 feet inward. Till you feel like you're mostly in the center of this thing at this point.
Do I sense that or do I see that object, I should say?
You see no object.
I'm going to do a sense magic here.
Okay.
Tyrannic. Anything?
Where are you doing your sense magic at?
It's located on myself. That's the limitation of it.
You feel a powerful forbidden magic coming directly in front of you.
It's still in here. It's deeper.
That's all I'm going in.
I
start
wanna
making my way back out.
I want to stay kind of at the entry point where we went in, and if there's any burning meat falling down, I'd like to kind of keep that exit clear.
Okay, that's a good call, because the flesh definitely isn't staying in the form of a tunnel, as it's burning and drooping all around everyone at the moment.
Those crazy people are going even deeper in. The hell do they think they're gonna find?
If you want
Treasure?
to,
Hopefully something.
if you want to continue in, hacking and slashing, I'll need one more agility check to avoid the fire damage with 2 banes.
And I'll holler back over at Thrak. If you're having trouble breathing, you can go ahead and leave. I should be able to handle this.
I'm not doing too bad. I'm pretty short.
Whoops, no, wrong die. That'll be the damage. Bertha,
4 damage or 2 damage?
it'll be 2 damage,
Okay.
which Bertha will take as well. And Erratic, you are surrounded by fire, and it's hot as hell, but you avoid taking any damage at the time being. As all 3 of you cut deeper, and Tyrannic, you feel like you nicked something, cutting a little bit deeper. As you carve out a bit more flesh, it looks like you've cut what looks like a small stick in half. It doesn't look like any of the bone or sinew or tissue you've seen thus far. It looks like it was just some sort of twig. As the cube, all the flesh around it stops moving completely and slowly starts drooping.
I noticed
Does it
this.
look like I can grab it real
Guys?
fast?
Guys,
It looks like you could pry it, a piece of it out.
I'm going to
drooping.
grab a piece and bolt for the exit of the cube.
Okay? Bertha will do the same.
And I'll kind of keep the way clear. There we go.
The entire cube seems to start imploding on itself, falling into a viscous black mush into the ground, with the embers and fires starting to go out as it turns to this charred mess.
Perhaps we should go before your lungs fill with smoke.
Let's go.
What have I picked up?
It looks
Not
like
your bow.
you're carrying in your hand right now what looks like half of a small stick.
How long did it take us from the chopping to when I got to that stick? Less than a minute?
I'd say less than a minute of hacking and cleaving.
Is the stick the source of the magic?
Is your sense of magic still on?
It'd be for a minute from when I casted it.
Okay, the moment you cut that twig, you felt no more magic.
Interesting.
As you all exit the room, it's filled with just black clouds of smoke now.
As I pass by Tradic, forgot my torch.
Alright, let me fix you up here. You grab your torch.
Grab your bow and your balls. Let's get out of here.
And I've grabbed my bow and following the others.
Jaeger, do you mind?
Okay.
Excellent. She jumps on your back.
Ooh.
I
That
think it's
leaves
time we
everything
leave
but
this
that-
place.
Top passage. Are we sure we want to leave that untouched?
Yes.
She lets go of your back.
Had a very busy day.
We've got 3 gold coins to get. Hey, do you guys remember that time we came through here and there was an awful big fat thing with chains and we murdered it? Me too.
Let me readjust the camera here. There you go.
Hey, speak of the devil.
And I get down on one knee as I sigh out loud.
He hops back on your back. And I'll leave her token here, but I'll assume she's following you on your back.
Okay.
You all wade through the waters.
Yeah, I'm just trudging through.
Oh, that light
I'm
source
gonna
should be
walk
there.
around Captain Asshole here.
You can see under the murky water a large body just laying on its back, gutted and bleeding out. Step over multiple bodies through the water in this muck as you make your way to the stairs. and start climbing back out all the way to the top of the shrine. And you are met with some light.
Fresh air.
And
As I'm panting, I actually cast catch your breath. Right.
all right.
I turn to Taratic and say, did burning that meat cube to the ground, did it grant us anything? Did you find anything in there?
There was some spell that was running. When we destroyed the cube, I think it was taken care of.
Very good.
Yeah, it's only good if somebody recognizes our good.
Well,
I
I'm
think the only
sure the hog farmer will be happy that we brought his snouts back.
Yeah,
I don't
Farmer
think he's
Ham.
that happy. We don't have the rest of it.
You can go back and get a piece of it if you want.
No, I don't think that would make him happy either. I don't
Well,
think anything would.
let's go find out what he has to say, huh?
Yeah.
I'll go talk to him.
Oh yeah.
Start to make our journey back to the dude.
Okay. As you leave the shrine, all of you feel a little bit at ease. It feels like you did something extra good here today and went a little above and beyond. Because of that, all of you are blessed with 1 fortune point.
Yeah.
All right.
You all enter the woods, backtracking where you came. It's not too difficult to get back as you head through these woods. Are you guys just kind of, I believe last time y'all passed through here, it was kind of in desperate times dragging a body of somebody. But this time, are you guys kind of like, what pace are we working at here?
Walking pace.
Yeah, just average.
Okay.
Regular
Yeah.
speed.
It's kind of walking through. I got you. Give me just a moment. Okay.
Do you believe that that was the area that that your girlfriend wanted us to go to, Jaeger?
I miss Jessica.
So you all are traveling through the woods at a normal walking pace, a little bit relieved to finally be out of the dark, dim, dank, awful-smelling cave and shrine you've been in. Nothing jumps out and tries to make itself known to you in a negative way. Nothing out of the ordinary seems to be in these woods. You're able to get through with fairly no issues until you make it to some tall grass. You start wading through the familiar tall grass until finally you are met very familiar sight of the back of Ham's farm.
And I just kind of let out a sigh. And I turn to Jaeger and say, hard to believe that this started off with just trying to find some pigs.
Yeah, we definitely found a lot more than 3 gold was worth.
Well, let's go get our 3 gold, because our job was to figure out what happened to them, not necessarily bring them back alive. That wasn't in the fine print.
Let's see if he agrees.
He won't, but he will.
We're getting our gold.
Ryan,
I
how are we
guess
going to
we'll-
do this? Some sort of good cop, bad cop routine?
I like that. Now, I will say that me and Jaeger have done this quite a few times. But I'm more than willing to step aside if you feel like you can be the good or bad cop.
I'm the bad
Okay.
cop.
I'll let you guys work your magic, and I'll tag team in as necessary. And I'm going to put my cloak up.
Ooh, let me be a bad cop too.
You're no cop. You're the quiet cop. You're in the corner cop.
Well, can I stare at him intimidatingly then?
Absolutely.
I can do this.
Now, Jaeger, you were the bad cop last time too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm fine with that. But sometimes it's good to share. Do you want to flip a coin, or do you want to be the bad cop?
Are you gonna flip that coin that controls my mind?
Yes.
All right.
Okay, so we call it for bad cop, and you call it in the air. And I
Odds.
pull out the coin. You call heads?
Odds heads.
Are you calling heads in the air though?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so odd is heads, even is tails.
Oop. All right. I guess you're gonna be old bad robot.
No, I'm gonna let you be the bad cop. I just wanted to argue with you.
Well, let's go.
I needed to get you in the right mindset. And we make our way up to the farm, I guess.
Okay, you head into the front door.
Right up to the front.
It is closed at the moment. You let loose a knock. Then, about maybe 10 seconds later, you finally hear some shuffling and a little bit of snorting. As eventually the door opens and you see the large frame of Farmer. Let's pull it back out here. There's a nice
Who
little.
has the snouts?
I do.
Okay.
As he opens the door, as winded as always, because he had to move, he looks up at you, Orion. Oh, wow. Oh, I was finally decided to come back, huh? Ignored me before, just wandering back, and now you're here again.
It's good to see you too, Farmer Ham, and I'm glad that we went into business with you. And I'm happy to say we found out what happened to the hogs.
Oh, did you now? Well, I can't wait to hear this as he's peering out the door and looking around.
Perhaps we should come in and chat.
You don't even have a damn hog with you. He turns around and starts walking back into the house. Well, come on, let's hear the bullshit.
I kind of look back to everybody and shrug and walk in.
Okay. We'll walk into this living room as appears how it is before. Has a window you can see outside of in the main room, a doorway leading into a kitchen that leads into another hallway through that. A couch, a well sat in chair, a few dressers, standard attire, standard layout you'd expect to find in a farm living room. He takes a seat on that chair that has an imprint clearly fit for him as he lets out a long sigh. So, what is it?
Well, it seems that the peril you were in was far greater than originally anticipated, but we have handled it. And, unfortunately, discovered the fate of your hogs. But, more importantly, we have solved the root problem, and therefore have completed our end of the contract.
Oh, you solved the problem, so you got the thief. Where is he?
He's in 1,000 pieces in a ruin not too far from here in the woods.
Well, you bring a hand or a head or an eye? Nothing?
I reach into my pouch and I pull out the 2 hog noses and I put them on the table.
Oh, so you brought my goddamn filleted hogs here, huh? You brought just the snouts?
This is what was left of them. Now look, I'm just here to complete the transaction.
What do you mean?
Hired
What
us
was
to find out what happened to your hogs and to deal with the person who stole them, which we did. And I'm here to be amicable. But my slightly crazed friend over here is more prone to, let's just say, less reasonable negotiations.
I just look down at a battle axe that I'm kind of spinning in my hand and just smirk.
He's staring over at you for a second. How'd this happen, then? Why did you only bring me pig noses? Look like they were straight up ripped off the damn pig.
Do you really want to know?
Well, that's what I paid for.
Very well. And I will recount to him the basically the summed up version of what happened, and I'll kind of go into more detail. And when we were down in these ruins, we encountered these 2 creatures made of all manner of meat and horrible, just a smorgasbord of parts. and your hog noses happen to be one of them. And then I'll continue on and talk about how we found the giant meat cube, and then reiterate that this is only a short journey from this very ranch, and it has been handled.
When he gets to the section about the 2 hogs, monsters, I'm going to rip off the cloak and yell, "Look what it did to me!" Because I'm no longer what he remembers having set out.
Yeah, look what it did to Tyradek.
Farmer Ham, you see him kind of, his eyes wide, he's looking down a bit, and he has a handkerchief out and he's just rubbing his forehead repeatedly. And he starts mumbling a bit. "God damn, fuck. Hell, I knew those Elven Woods were trouble. I told them before. There's some bullshit in there. Those
There is.
freaks got my hogs, you say?"
And they are freaks no more. And let me ask you this. I kind of tap one of the hog noses on the table. How much did you typically sell one of these hogs for?
I don't know. I just had a few gold, some bits.
5 gold?
It was oh Jesus. He leans back in his chair a bit with his eyes closed, kind of breathing a bit. "You telling me them things live right behind me?"
Not anymore.
More.
Look
And I
here.
think we've earned 5 gold. 1 for each of us.
Here, look, I've got. He reaches in his pocket. You brought 2 snouts, right? That should be 2 gold, right? That's fair.
I think 5 gold sounds fair, considering we handled a much larger problem, which would have almost definitely claimed the rest of your farm. What do you think, Jaeger?
I walk by Tyradek, ask for stick.
Big.
Sorry, what's that?
You said you asked for a stick?
Yeah, asking for the stick from the cube.
Oh, hand it to you, but it's not much to look at.
I take the stick, and I go over to the couch and put one hand on his shoulder and the stick in my other hand. And I go, "This stick was the source of your problems. 5 gold, or it's going to be the source of your ass problems."
He stares at the stick, a little bit confused at the moment. Make a
By the way, I have a thug as a profession.
make an intelligence roll with a boon. He's looking at the stick for a moment, then looks back up at you. Threatening me with a stick? I mean, he points over at your axe for a second. That'd probably make more sense, but look, sounds like you did something good. Hold on a minute. I got something. I got something for you. He stands up from his chair and starts waddling towards the kitchen.
I turn to Jaeger.
Pretty
It
good.
better be gold.
It better be gold. I say a little bit louder to kind of put it in his earshot.
He heads through his kitchen and back to a hallway, and he's outside of most of y'all if you're just hanging out in the living room.
Yeah.
And he is gone for a couple minutes until he starts waddling back in the main room. He says, "All right, here, look." As he still has 2 gold in his hand, but he also has a golden necklace in his hand as well. This was my wife's. She died a good while ago, but it meant something to me. But at the same time, you can probably get some money for it. So, what you say is true. What you seem, he looks at all of you. You seem like the type that more to the point. That will more so. Points at Jaeger. I can offer you all this.
So
It might be worth 5 gold on its own. I don't know. If you want to try to sell it, that's all. That's
I
up to y'all.
reach my hand out for the necklace, and I want to take it and look at it. And I would like to assess, in my expert opinion, what this would actually sell for, as I am a fence.
Okay, make an intelligence check with a boon. Examining this necklace up close, your eyes kind of... It almost looks like you're like zooming in a bit and assessing this thing. The quality, the makeup, the metals it was used to make it. You would estimate if you sold this to the right person, you could probably net a good 7 or 8 gold out of it.
I'll look at it, and I'll look at Farmer Ham, and I'll look back at Jaeger and nod, and reach out for the other 2 gold he has.
And he holds out his hand and just hands it to you.
I think that's fair. I think that's a fair deal. So, Mr. Ham, with that, our contract is complete, and we will leave now.
Yeah. As he sits back down, takes a deep breath. Just take the damn snouts with you. I don't need that messing up my furniture. It's already blood everywhere anyhow.
I pick him up. I pick up the snouts in my hand, and I take the snouts as well as the necklace and the gold, and I'll just stick them in my pouch, and I'll just kind of motion it. I'll kind of look at everybody and motion that we leave. And as I start to exit the room, I'll turn around and say, "Be sure and send a letter if you see any other suspicious activity."
Yeah, well, as long as my hogs don't go missing now, I'll be able to make my money back, hopefully, and I'll get something. I need some bodyguards or something. What you told me was, oh, no, I gotta do something.
Well, I think we've handled the problem for now, but don't hesitate, and I'll take out the letter, the send me help goddammit letter, and I'll take it and I'll just set it on the table as we leave.
He looks at the letter for a moment and just kind of snickers as he says, "Goddamn Commander Reyna, you son of a bitch! Give it. Okay, you just hand it out to whoever, huh? Just give it to him. Okay, thank you."
I guess we'll exit.
Yep.
I'm going to be the last one out of the group, and as we make it out the door, so I'm going to pull the cloak back over and use Steal Identity to take his as I flip the cloak up so he doesn't see that I do that.
So, when you take a form, you take its size as well, correct?
Yeah.
So
when I flip the cloak, you may not notice.
Well,
We'll
that's not what I'm getting at. So tell me how this works, because I'm not a changeling master here. So this man breathed heavily when he walked at a child's pace. So even though your physique is double or triple what Jaeger's is now in size and width, can you still move normally, or would that affect you?
Even if it affects me, we're leaving. I just don't want to be a changeling on the road.
Oh. Okay, so you don't plan to stay this way and fight this way then, right?
No.
Okay, so you assume the form, and Farmer Ham's not really paying attention as he's kind of looking down as you shut the door on the way out. All of you noticed Tyradek get a hell of a lot wider.
As we get outside, I'll take the pig noses and I just kind of toss them off into the yard.
Okay.
And I'll dig through my pouch and just through the coins that I have in there, I'll supplement the correct amount, and I give everybody 4 silver.
All right. Silver 2. What is that?
And I'll pull out the gold necklace and kind of twirl it around my finger a couple times and clutch it. And I'll say, this bad boy should fetch us around 7 or 8 gold if we sell it to the right person.
Oh, wow.
And definitely here is not the right person.
Nope. Consider it a deferred payment.
Well, we can
I
always
trust you
work it
good
out
for it.
link by link.
I know some people. I met a few contacts back in.
You don't have to tell me where. It's none of my business.
Yeah. I'll get us the right amount for it.
I trust you will.
And then I guess we'll head back toward town. And then, what time is it?
It looks like you're in the evening at the moment. Maybe around 4 o'clock, 4:30.
Shall we stay here tonight and then head back to Crossings?
Sounds good to me.
Stay in that grove.
Oh,
That'd be
yeah.
nice.
The grove wouldn't be bad.
And it's free.
Mm-hmm. Take some rum up there. Have a nice night of it.
I'm not opposed.
You guys are heading back in the woods to find the grove?
Yep.
Yeah.
We gotta get some rum first.
So you're going back to town, then the grove?
Yep.
That sounds fine to me.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. So you all start making your way from Farmer Ham's house. Haven't gotten a good deal, you think, here. And head down to Hamlet. What would we like to do here?
I'm following Thrak.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna pull the first person I see that's not a very, very young child and say, where can I get a lot of rum?
And just a random passerby? Okay. You grab a random person and you just say, where's the rum? He looks at you like, I looked at I guess the general store? We don't have much here. You try there.
What do you guys do if you don't have much here?
Well, we farm and count stones. There's fun stuff. Don't talk shit about my town.
No, you're just your pastimes. The town's lovely. I'm not gonna be counting stones. Oh my goodness, where the hell are we?
No,
Somewhere I don't want to be.
it continues on down the road.
I'll make my way to the general store.
Okay. You head back into the familiar general store where you bought some healing potions before, and you're met by a man standing behind the counter. You're very familiar with. Didn't seem like the brightest tool in the toolbox, but there he is. He sees you all come back in, and you see him kind of half smile.
Hey, we hear you might have some rum, maybe some other liquor here. Is that true?
Well, for a fellow like you, of course. Of course I do.
You got a jug?
He turns and you see him going to the counter for a moment. You hear some sliding doors here and there. But he takes out what looks like 2 jugs, large jugs of rum, and just plops them on the table.
Please tell me they have 3 X's on them.
They do not have 3 X's on them.
Oh.
Damn.
He's just staring at you. Cost. You see him look up at the ceiling for a moment. It's almost like you get the inclination that he's making up prices as he goes. As he just kind of stares for a moment. 5 silver.
For both?
Do I feel like
silver?
do I so looking at that, what would I estimate a couple of jugs of rum to go for?
Go ahead and make. Well, actually, I'm not going to have you make a check. You're just going to stare at him, and you should be familiar enough with rum and being a fence as well. You know, a jug of rum might be a silver at most.
And how many jugs are there too?
Mm-hmm.
Look, my friend, we're not going to play these games with you today. We're not here to play games. We've been through too much. And we're not going to take your ceiling-staring prices and run with it. We'll give you 2 silver for these 2 jugs.
And he looks away from you, Thrak, and over towards Orion. Are they silver? They're worth a silver each. Okay. 2 silver.
I look back at Thrak.
Well, okay.
That's how it's done, I guess.
Thank you, kind sir.
I pitch in a silver.
Who's paying the other silver?
I got it.
Okay. So you both set the silver on the counter, and he grabs them, And he seems to put them in his pocket instead of anywhere else. And then just looks back at you, Threk.
All right, see you, dude. That's all I need.
He gives a quick wave.
I take one of the jugs and start to head out.
Yeah, I'll lean over to Jaeger. We should never buy here anything ever again.
Never again.
Really. I guess we make our way to the Elven Grove.
Yep.
Okay, you head back into the forest to find this grove. Jaeger, you're the tracker, right?
I'm not.
Who was the tracker?
I'm a tracker.
Okay, Threk, go ahead and make an intelligence check with a boon for me.
Okay. There we go.
There he is.
Okay, Threk, you head back to the tall grass into the woods. You follow the tracks right where they lead to the grove, and when you get there, there's nothing there but just trees spread out.
Ah,
I thought
this
it was
was
here.
where it was.
Yeah, me too.
You are 100% positive this is where it was, Threk.
Hmm.
Maybe the magic
stumps
that
still there?
tied the
What was that?
Are those stumps still there?
You don't see any. It doesn't look like any trees or anything's been cut down around here.
Hmm.
maybe
Those
the
three
magic
stumps
that
where
gave
they're gone.
That's a question for GM.
I didn't hear. I heard a lot of words. What was that?
Are the stumps gone completely?
Yeah, there's no stumps here at all.
Maybe the magic that tied the evil also tied the good.
Well, we can still camp here.
You're not wrong.
Got a couple of bottles of rum to keep us company.
Oh yeah.
I'll say, all right, well, let's make camp. We'll stay out here.
Then we
And I'll
proceed
start
to make
grabbing some.
camp.
Yeah, I'll start grabbing some sticks and stuff, and I'll make a little campfire.
Okay, so you guys start setting up for camp here. Just grabbing some sticks and whatnot to make a campfire. Do y'all have tents or anything like that on you?
Nope.
I do not.
No.
Okay, with the idea of sleeping under the stars, sound open,
Yeah.
nice bonding in the wilderness.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say you're able to get enough sticks and small rocks to make a small little fire pit.
Yeah, and I have a tinderbox.
Okay, so are we passing time? Or is there anything anyone wants to do while we're chilling here?
Yeah, I'm looking to take an 8-hour rest.
All right.
Hanging out.
Is anyone watching? Oh, I know Ryan doesn't sleep, so I'm assuming you're just gonna look around all night, Ryan?
Yep.
Okay. So, time passes. You all kind of just rest, relax. Eventually, nightfall does come as you have your fire going, and you start to rest. As it gets later and later, Orion, I'd say about 4.5 hours into this rest, it's very dark. You can see in the dark, but it's still very dark. Everyone else seems to be asleep and resting peacefully. Orion, make a perception check for me with a boon.
Okay. I'm the most inattentive motherfucker on the planet.
So, Orion, you're sitting there kind of minding your business. You look around occasionally until it almost seems like something breathes right behind you. It's very soft and it's very faint, but you get an aura of just otherworldliness. Not necessarily even in a bad way. You don't feel frightened and you don't feel shook, but you feel like something ancient is right behind you. When you turn around, there's nothing there.
I snore and roll over.
Boy, we've got ghosts. We have ghosts. just gonna pretend. We're gonna pretend like there's no ghosts. Hi, ghosts. just a robot. Just out here. Just minding my business with my friends. No reason to haunt us.
And you're gonna spend the rest of the night just staying at alert?
Like, hyper vigilant.
Okay. A few more hours go by until finally the sun starts to crack over the tall trees you're around. Just a tiny bit of light, as everyone benefits from an 8-hour rest.
Yay.
All right.
Alright.
Yeah.
So, if you still have your week of rations, you should still be, you have food and whatnot. What would y'all like to do? Everybody's waking up.
This feels like GM maybe a good time for a stream break. 9:30.
That's not a bad idea, because I really gotta pee. So, we are gonna take a quick break, everybody. I give us about, usual, it's about 10 minutes. We'll be back to do some more and see where these guys end up going. And we'll be right back. And we're back from a break. And we just woke up in the middle of the woods. Now we're going to figure out where we're going from here. What are we doing, everybody?
As I see everybody wake up, I'll start to kind of put out the fire and everything like that I've been tending to. And I'll say, "Yep, it's time to go. We should go. Everybody up.
Okay.
All right. Yep.
You in a hurry for some reason?
No, just daylight's burning. Don't want to waste the day." And I'll just kind of
Okay.
turn around and look behind me and look up in the trees.
All right.
Nothing you want to tell us?
I'll say very loudly, "Nope, there's nothing I want to tell you," and I'll lean in immediately. "There is 100%, this place is haunted. There are ghosts here, and there was one here last night. I didn't see it, but he was here. But everything's good. We're all fine here, just leaving. We're just making our way."
All right. I'm assuming everyone's
I
making
should
their way.
probably- Yep.
Okay. So you guys trek through the woods, a little bit more hasty. Seems Orion is extra antsy to get everyone moving. Eventually you make it to the tall grass. You pass by Farmer Ham's farm.
Do we see him?
You do not. Unless
Okay.
you want to go pay him a
Of course
visit.
we don't. No.
Tyrannic, you're struggling a little bit more than usual given your current stature.
Yeah, speaking of that, Yair, can I borrow your face a minute?
Yes.
I'll be heading a different direction. I'll catch up to you guys in crossings. Don't look for me, I'll look for you guys.
There's no way this can go bad for me.
And I will borrow Jaeger's face and body and take my leave. I'll meet you guys in about a week.
Before you go, just know if you're going to take Jaeger's face and his appearance, if someone named Carl finds you and asks you where his money is, you don't know what he's talking about.
Trust me, the first chance I get, I'm going to change this out.
Okay, just remember, Carl, not
Although
a good guy.
You could take Carl's face if you want.
That could be interesting if I find him. Is he out west somewhere?
He's everywhere. We just keep running into him.
I need to go see family real quick and make sure that they don't send armored guards after our adventure.
Just make sure you don't run into your weird brother.
I'm hoping to see the other one.
You're trying to make sure they don't send armed guards after us?
Well, after me to rescue me, I'm A-okay. They don't need to send the family in.
Who is
Who
this
are
person?
you?
Yeah.
My family runs caravans up and down the west side of the continent. They got a little bit of money, a little bit of power, but I've never been one to use it.
I look at Thrak. I've always been more of an East Side boy.
Explains why we've never met before.
Sheep are.
Well, good luck to you, and we'll meet you at the tavern in Crossings.
I'll be
because
there.
That's where we'll live.
7
How long
days?
It's gonna take you 7 days.
Give or take one if I'm lucky.
Yeah, I think we could do that. I
Okay.
mean, hell, the pace we're making, we'll be there tomorrow.
We just need to make sure that we're progressing in a safe and non-ghost infested area. There was ghosts back there. I didn't say that before. Ghosts. But we're fine
We
now.
didn't see.
Who sees ghosts? Well, I mean, I guess
We've
there has
seen
been a few
quite
times
few
already.
Recently.
I'm pretty sure everybody raised their hand when he said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll kind of just like shrink down a little bit. Well, that is a good point. Anyways, it was scary. Okay, don't blame me.
Would you feel better with a longbow? And I offer to hand him my non-magical one.
I'll nod and I'll say, sure. And I'll take the longbow.
Thank you.
All right.
Don't break it. Maybe sell it, and I'll see you guys. And I am on the road.
All right.
And Tyradek exits the party temporarily.
Can we awkwardly like walk in the same direction as him for like an hour because that just happens to be how the road goes?
Yes, you have to do that because you have to go to Hamlet first. So you all, after he says bye, you all kind of he's a little bit of distance away from you, but he's going the same damn way as you're all heading back to Hamlet. And you arrive there, to which Tyradek just immediately continues down the path, and that kind of splits off a bit. The rest of you are currently in Hamlet still, though. What would you like to do?
Keep on
I
moving.
guess we head back to Crossings.
Okay.
Yeah.
I miss the big city.
So you all go ahead and you exit Hamlet and start on the trek back to Crossings. It's about a week's journey. Does everybody have a week of rations left? You would have spent almost a week's worth in the shrine.
Yeah, I've been using those.
I've got plenty if anyone needs some.
And I have a full week's as well that I can divvy out to folks.
Yeah, I've got 3 on me.
Okay, and Bertha has... Oh, yeah, she has 5 days left. So, okay, y'all can make do with what you got. You will be out of food by the time you reach Crossings, though. So, you all continue your journey. It's multiple days. It is about a week out. So you stop and camp along the way. During this week of travel, is there anything unique anyone's doing, or are you guys just kind of traveling, sleeping, eating, traveling?
Yeah, traveling.
That
Just moving.
just keeping an eye out for Carl.
Okay, in that case, Tyradek, I'll say you've reached your destination already with your family. What is it you're doing there?
I just wanted to check in, make sure that they knew I was still on the hunt for Curzon, and to not send anybody into the ruins after us.
Okay, so when you arrive, you verify that your letter was received, and folks were worried. But you're able to talk to them and give them all the information you need to give them to let them know you're okay. I just heard some weird buzzing. That was.
Yeah.
But everything, you seem to get everything in order and take care of your business, if that's all your business was.
Mostly that. I also want to see if they've got any leads, since I have lost the trail of my brother once again for the moment.
Without even having to do a check, I can tell you that none of them would have heard anything in relation to Curzon.
Fair enough. And we're probably in more built-up areas. I want to go ahead and take care of my equipment and stuff while I'm out that way.
Okay, you can go ahead and take care of that then. We'll say you'll be a little late to Crossings doing that as well. But for the rest of the group, about 7 days pass, and you finally arrive back at the big city of Crossings. It is mostly as you remember it. Large, a little loud, always dark. Just entering the town, though, you are met with an interesting sight. As you walk onto the streets, you see a man kind of rubbing his hands together, shaking a little bit as he's just walking down. There's people that kind of look at him with odd looks every now and then, but just pass him by. He seems to be walking right in your direction.
I'm waiting for him to approach us.
Okay. As he gets closer and closer, he seems to be just rambling. He is maybe about 6 feet away from you, as you just hear him saying, "And then they take away and they give, but the sweat. If you sweat, you'll gain you'll gain what they have." And he starts to walk past you.
Kind
Kind
of.
of look over at Jaeger.
Yeah. As he's kind of going by, go, "Hey man, Whose sweat are you drinking?
He completely ignores you as he's walking towards the gates.
I just kind of shrug and keep going on our path.
You hear a familiar voice as you start to proceed. Give me just a second. As a blonde woman leaning against one of the nearby buildings with her arms crossed calls out, "It looks like another one's got it, huh?" As he calls out to you, or she calls out to you and waves. And it is this lady.
What?
She motions for y'all to come near.
Is that the
I'll
same?
approach.
I'll walk up.
You lot have been gone for a while. Jaeger, right?
Yes, and I grab her hand and I go to make a kiss on the upside of her palm.
Make a strength challenge roll.
All right, Epstein.
Feisty. Yeah.
She tries to pull away, but you're able to kiss it real fast as her hand almost backhands you as she smiles nervously. In high spirits, that's good. That man you just passed, if you see anyone mumbling like that, you should probably stay away from the time being. You all been gone for about a week, but there's a real problem in Crossings. They're calling it the gibbering fever.
What quarantine issues have been sent out?
Well, technically, his lot isn't supposed to even be here. It's the Coins District that has the problem. He's leaving, though, so I guess that saves us some trouble, as she's looking towards the gate still.
Well,
How
good
does it
news.
spread?
I haven't been in the Coins District, so we don't have to social distance. As I kind of scoot up next to her.
Did you ask how it spreads?
Yes.
That's one of the problems. No one knows. All we know is most of the Coins District is having the problem. And somehow, even though they're not supposed to, as my commander is holding the line there, some are getting through. I was tailing that one to the moment he went up to anyone to take him down and do something with him, but he's leaving, all the better for the city.
Do you have a patient in custody?
No. But I know how you all work. You like to stick your noses in places sometimes even where it shouldn't, right? Maybe make a few
I
coin.
don't have a nose.
It's a reference or a never mind. You're all right.
You were saying?
Well, I'm actually real fortunate I ran into you. There is need of adventurers like yourselves to help stop what's happening at the Coins District. And if you could see my commander and tell her I sent you, she'll fill you in on the details. You see any... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
What's been the situation with the madmen since we've left?
Well, they're popping up all over the place, as you can see right at the damn gates here, as well. But fortunately, we're not finding many of them. But when we do, well, they tend to get a little violent. All the ones we've engaged, we've had to strike down.
How rude. And since we left, Torsten said that we were gathering an unwanted attention. Is that still the case?
Yes, you were. She starts trying to point to one of you. There's only 4 of you now, and I know your faces, but there was one, yes? That you always had a new friend or companion. There were rumors that he was multiple people instead of one.
It's weird how those things can just spread around. Isn't that right, Thrak?
Yeah. Yeah, you see someone you don't recognize and you think they're someone else.
Well, I haven't heard word about it in the last 4 or 5 days, so hopefully that's at a rest now. It seemed to be drawing some attention, but not so much anymore. About this time, Teratic, you walk through the gates. Do you still look exactly like Jaeger?
Oh no. We'll go with the top picture if you have it. If not, just pick one of the random ones.
Okay. You see, everyone actually, no, you're in the middle of a conversation. You wouldn't turn to look at this, but Teratic, you see your group talking with Sergeant Elise right now.
I'm going to attempt to approach stealthily.
Make a stealth check for me with, do it with a Bane.
And you see our other friend who isn't with us here. He's just an interesting character, and there's
That's
nothing
an
to,
agility, right?
Yes.
Yeah, there's nothing weird about him per se. Just he's an interesting fellow. Nothing to be alarmed about.
Teratic, you're able to get right up close to the group without them noticing you.
Going to step up behind Jaeger and be like, "Trouble, gents."
Oh
Whoa,
my God!
whoa.
What? Excuse us, sir.
Move along.
There's our fifth.
This, you know him?
I look at Teratic and see if.
I'm going to pull out our one of our old red bandanas and slide it on.
Oh, Teratic! Oh,
didn't
I
recognize
almost
you.
didn't notice him for a second.
That's the one with many faces, huh?
Just one face. Only one face.
At a time.
I
I
recommend you
sort of
keep
kinda
one
shush her.
this time, my friend. You drew some unnecessary attention last time.
We'll
Many
attempt to
times you
avoid
did.
that.
Also, maybe not sport the red bandana publicly around town. That's another image you probably don't want to be associated with.
I'll go ahead and slide it back off.
Well, I told you what I wanted to tell you, fortunately. You're all here now, so maybe you can help. I recommend getting some supplies first. That whole area is dangerous, and if you get sick too, I don't want to have to be there when that happens. If you're going, that is. She looks back up. By no means am I asking you to do this because you have to. It is entirely optional. It's just, from before, when you brought the father to me, I assumed you were normally the type to do good deeds when you can.
We try.
Sometimes.
Either
I
way,
assume I've been caught up on the medical issues that they were talking about.
you haven't heard anything about it yet. All you
Okay.
hear is Sergeant Elise basically about to dismiss you.
Let's say we are able to take care of this for you. How about you and I have a couple of drinks at the bar?
I give a thumbs up.
No.
I'll consider it. But I have to go to make sure I don't find any more of those fever fools around. Either way, whatever you do, get some supplies first.
And where's your captain?
Commander Arena is right at the main entrance to the Coins District.
No, we'll talk
When
to
she
him.
says fever fools, I'm going to ask, what's a fever fool?
The gibbering fever. People walking around mumbling and chanting and just nonsense. They're dangerous and violent. Sometimes they tend to take care of themselves, but in most cases, we have to do the taking care of.
Have y'all attempted to use magic to heal it? Panacea potions or anything like that worked?
Nothing seems to work, my friend. Whatever this is, it's very dangerous. I believe the Inquisitor's already in the Coins Districts looking into it himself, so maybe if you run into him, he could help?
We can do our best.
Well,
Maybe.
unless you have any questions, I'm going to go back to my patrol.
I'll see you for that date.
No.
See Commander Arena first. Maybe she'll change your mind on that as she turns and walks away.
And as she does, and just in passing, I'll just kind of lean over. He really is a nice guy. He's a nice. Okay, but
All right.
So, Teratic, how did your family meeting go?
Family's good. Well, for the most part, we know about the rest of it. Haven't heard
Right.
any signs of Curzon being out west, so he's either around here, north, south, or east.
Well, perhaps we should go stock up on stuff and then meet back here and go find the captain, commander.
To the
I
shop.
want to see that commander first, if we don't mind. He might have information on what type of equipment we'll actually need.
There's only one kind of equipment I need, and that's healing potions. I'm going to buy some.
I
I'll
go
meet
with
you at the commander.
I go with Orion to the shop.
Okay.
Armors.
Oh, it's you, Thrak. Your mic's acting real weird. There's a lot of reverb.
Or it's just like some ambient buzzing picking up.
Mm-hmm. So I
Looks
didn't
like
hear. I
air
didn't hear what you
conditioner or
said.
something.
But what'd you say?
Oh, I'm going to an armorer's.
Okay. So to save us some time, we don't have to roleplay this out. But you should have the PDF to where you can see the stuff you could buy. Since Crossings is a huge town, their inventory is wide open to most stuff. So whatever you want to add, unless it's something crazy, go ahead and just pay the regular price and add it to your sheet.
And if we're selling something?
If you're selling something, if it's something that takes effort, you know, we can sum that up with a roll. How would you try
Like
to sell
a
that?
gold necklace.
Would you try to be
Yes.
convincing with it? Would you be threatening? Like, what's your goal there?
No, so I would go. I would find. I would follow kind of whatever back channels I would need to go through to find the right buyer for this gold necklace.
Okay. Since you're a fence and you are aware of that type of activity anyhow, go ahead and make an intelligence check with 2 boons. And if you get a success, you can get 8 gold out of it. But on a fail, you'll get 4. How's that sound?
Okay.
Right.
You said 2 boons?
2 boons. And all right, you're able to sell that bad boy for 8 gold.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I see Orion walk out with a handful of gold coins and go, God damn!
Well, you know, it's just you just got to know who to talk to. Once we group up with everybody else, I'll split up the money.
Okay, and I'm assuming where would y'all want to meet?
Our favorite inn.
Yeah, I guess we can meet at the end.
Okay, give me just a second here.
That's 1 gold, 6 silver pieces per.
Okay. I'll go ahead and say that we can go ahead and split that up.
How much do you say that was?
1 gold, 6 silver pieces.
Thank you.
I'm glad you just assumed I was going to equally distribute that.
You know, I was gonna do some back channeling between you and I. Say, oh, we only got four gold, guys, and then pocket a couple gold.
No, I would have split it evenly.
I know.
I'm a nice robot.
We're good to our friends.
That's right.
All right, I don't have your token updated, so you're still gonna look like a changeling Teratic, but I'll know you're in form still.
Thank you, sir. You can use one of the older pictures if that works for you.
So yeah, I still need a minute to sell and shit.
That's fine. Who all is everyone buying stuff right now, or is someone not?
I am buying stuff.
I'm buying stuff.
Buyers and sellers. Buyers and sellers.
All right, I'm gonna use an old token for you here, Teratic. Its stats are wonky too, but don't worry about it right now. You're not gonna fight inside the inn. Spoiler alert.
He said.
Fuck. What page are
First thing we. Sorry. I was gonna say
No,
first thing we do when we get to the inn, do a perception check for enemies and traps.
See, I'm gonna pull up the sheet as well, since we're all doing some shopping here. because Bertha's gonna spend some cash, I think.
Ching chang.
Let's see. That's page 99.
Page 99.
And equipment. So, since it's been about a week of travel, and I just now remembered it from pulling up this page. So, for everyone's upkeep with your gear, your weapons, and whatnot, because that stuff does degrade. Otherwise, technically, you can just you never lose money. Otherwise, it's 5 silver to make sure all that stuff's well kept and ready for combat. If you want to keep using it, each.
Okay.
So subtract 5 silver.
I
Gee.
guess.
Did I have any help from my family in taking care of my equipment?
No, you pay 5 silver like everybody else.
That was worth a shot.
And selling is half the sell price or half the buy price, right?
Yes. Unless it's something unique. In which case you can haggle for that. Alright, Bertha pays her fees. Get her armor and weapon taken care of.
Would implements of magic be unique?
An implement of magic? That's like the source you have to cast your magic stuff, right?
Well, like the incantation part stuff. If I want to get some fancy inks again.
I wouldn't say that's unique on its own, because each fancy ink is kind of... you just need more of it to do more powerful spells, right? Or is it the ink is more powerful itself?
The ink gets rare the higher level spells I want to do.
Okay, since that's... I still think that's... Generic's the wrong word, but it's like... For like a power 3 spell, it's going to use power 3 inks, as opposed to like a random or unique ink. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah,
it's always
but,
going to take this type of ink.
Rank 2 ink would start becoming rare, according to the chart.
Mhm.
And if we were to go as far as rank 4, it'd become exotic.
I'd say you could find up to... Since you're in Crossings and it's a really big town, you could find a place that sells rare quality stuff.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Let me see here. Because, yeah, like, even a... Oh, no, it's an uncommon. Never mind. I was going to say healer's kits. What?
It's just expensive.
It says a fine meal is rare. It's hard to get a good bite to eat, huh? Oh, man. So anyone bought some stuff yet? I'm curious to hear what y'all are getting.
I'm just kind of stocking up on potions and stuff.
Hard leather armor and a shield.
Oh, there you go. Now, keep in mind, if you're holding your bow or crossbow to fire, you do not get the armor effects from the shield.
Yep.
But if you're fighting melee, you say, put up my sword and shield, put up my bow, then you're good to go. And we'll say to, because y'all can't move at the speed of lightning. In the middle of combat, I'll say if you're holding like a crossbow and you want to equip your sword and shield, it would have to be on a slow turn, and that'd be... You could do that instead of, say, like, movement, and then you could swing. That make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll go with that.
Can we do it as a fast turn but not take any action from the equipment swap?
Yes.
Okay.
But if you did that, you wouldn't be able to move. That just eats your movement.
Yeah. Let's see. And healing potions are what, 2 silver?
I am not sure. I've been looking for those on this page, and I'm
Yes.
struggling. There we go. 2 silver a pop.
Unless you get the injector ones.
Yeah, the difference being, remember, the healing potion only takes effect at the end of a round, whereas an injection is immediately.
So if you were hit for a killing blow, you could use a triggered action to inject yourself?
No, not necessarily. It's more like, if you have 2 health left on your turn, you drink a healing potion, and then a monster comes and hits you for 5, you're going down before the heal even takes effect.
Okay.
As opposed to if you had an injection, you had 2 health left, you inject yourself, you'll gain your healing rate immediately, and then the monster attacks, and you'll still be okay.
Okay. Interesting.
That's the benefit to paying the extra dollars for the shots from the dock.
How much are injectors? Anybody know? If you're already at the page.
It adds 50% to the cost of whatever potion. So,
three
healing becomes
silver a potion, yeah. Okay.
You guys are gonna be walking in with a lot of syringes with just red liquid.
Yeah.
So I'm just dangling on your belts. We're loaded up. We got the drugs.
6. That's 5.
I've already got 2 doing that, so might as well everybody.
That is true. Y'all are carrying some syringes already. Let's see. But yeah, y'all aren't limited to I think there are a lot of different potions types.
There are.
They get a little expensive though.
I was kind of curious if Panacea potions were working on the sickness because it's supposed to remove all diseases.
Normally it would, unless there's something else going on.
Well, at least I know not to waste 10 gold on one.
Oh, is that an exotic potion?
Yes, it is.
Oh no, you can't find that here. No,
Not
sorry.
even in the big city of Crossroads?
That would take that's a roleplay moment right there, buddy. We're not buying exotic stuff just willy nilly.
I'm not buying it. I don't have enough gold for that. I was kind of curious if some of the rich people in the Coins District had tried using them.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah. That's out of my price range.
Don't you have Orion? You have a Garrote, don't you?
I do.
That is wicked. It only costs 1 bit.
I know.
Just
It's just a fucking piano wire essentially.
you just chain tie piano wires and just take someone's ankles out if you wanted to.
Take their neck out, dude. Hitman style.
Oh boy.
I think I've got everything.
Just for everyone's knowledge, there's alertness potions, antitoxin potions, fire resistance potions, fleeting youth, which is exotic, growth, which is exotic, healing invisibility, exotic, panacea, exotic, and seeing potions, which are exotic. So really the only ones that are possible to buy are alertness, antitoxin, fire resistance, and healing.
You said Bertho's out of rations?
Yes.
Give
At
her
this point,
6.
everyone should technically be out of rations,
Well,
unless
I have 6 rations that I no longer need in life. Does anybody want any of them?
I'm good.
I bought 2 weeks worth.
No. Yeah, me
Yep.
too.
I'll go ahead and have Bertha buy a bit too. How much was it? 5 copper? 5 silver? What was it? I don't think it was much.
I can just give
think
her my
it's proper a
6,
week,
and
I
I take
think.
care of a week for.
Okay, we can do that then. We'll update her sheet here. Okay, who's done shopping?
I'm done shopping.
Yeah, I'm done.
As am I.
You're at it?
I am as well.
Okay, so you all head to the Fallen Soldier that you are very familiar with, and all walk in. Immediately you hear a voice shouting at you. Hey, welcome to the Fallen Soldier. Oh, it's you guys! Hey! Don't come in like that. Social distance. You stay a little bit away.
We're fine. None of us are sick. We just got into town.
No, and
I can't get sick, and I don't breathe.
you come to my place of business. You do like these fine people, okay? You stay 1 yard apart.
Okay.
Sir, I believe you're infringing on my rights.
He's
Just kidding. I'm a robot. I don't breathe. Or sweat.
He side eyes you a bit. Goes back to
Or
clean.
have rights.
I side-eyed Jaeger a little bit. Nani? I'll kind of walk up and sit down at a table a little closer and say, so, how do we get drinks?
How do you think you come get yourself a drink?
You told me not to come near you. I thought we were friends.
No, social distance. You stay a yard away, but you come here.
Okay. Well, I'm not drinking anything anyway, but just curious. I'll walk kind of back to the table.
And you over here. What's your name? I know you. Do I know you?
Yeah. I was the good patron you had about a week ago.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
Jaeger. You're Jaeger.
Yeah.
Okay, who am I?
You are a wonderful gentleman.
You son of a bitch. You dumb. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay. You know what?
Yeah. How could I forget Burge?
You know what that gets you, right? And he reaches over back behind his counter, gets a glass.
Burge is famous. You rum.
I guess you won on the house. There you go, buddy.
Hey.
You guys have been gone for a bit. I thought you'd become regulars. You came at a fucked up time, I can tell you that.
What's going on here, Verge?
You ain't heard the gibbering fever yet? You see them freaks wandering around?
Yeah, I ran into Elise. Ran into one of those freaks. I didn't touch him. Kept my distance. He kept rivaling and kept walking down the road. But Elise said that over in the coin district, there's just this plague and nobody's got it figured out.
Well, hell yeah, there's a plague over there. It happened after that big explosion. Shook the whole damn building. Probably shook the whole damn city.
Whoa. Explosion? What happened?
He starts cleaning a bit and talks a little bit more casual. Yeah, the what's his name? That's that rich snobby piece of shit. Catandramus. Yeah, the Catandramus house. Damn thing just blew up. Next day, everyone's starting to get sick out there. Day after that, they're starting to show up in the other districts, like this one.
Who's this Dravis guy?
Dravis? Catandramus?
Yeah, Dramus.
He's one of those rich merchants from the coins place. Has the house on the highest hill out there.
What kind of business is he in?
Who knows? Some of that under the table crap, you know, where they make deals and other people's expenses. He wasn't very, I don't know if he was a very good guy or not. I don't think he was.
Any rumors about what building might have blown up?
Oh, rumors. He leans close a bit.
I'm looking for anything.
I got rumors, and we're good. You're good people. I like you. I don't mind helping out, but this has been a little bad lately. Would you mind helping out a little bit to that, and I can help you out? You know what I mean?
I flip him a couple of silver.
You know what? I got rumors for you, and I got good ones. Folks come in here running their stupid mouths all the time. So, the explosion was the house itself. That whole mansion caved in on itself. Don't know why.
Dramus's house just blew up?
Yeah, whole damn thing. But before that explosion, get this. These weird hooded dwarves. They were all dwarves wearing brown cloaks, sneaking into that place.
Dwarves?
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys seen them around here before that?
I've heard rumors here and there of like someone spotting a dwarf in a brown cloak looking a little weird and ominous in some alleyway or whatnot, but I haven't heard anything beyond that. But the fact so many of them going into one place like that, that's weird. That's rumor worthy. I got one more for you too. So, they actually sent in the Inquisitor to try to check this out. They think some dark shit's going on up there.
Shit.
Inquisitor Rendolphus and his men went in about a day ago, but they haven't. No one's heard from them since.
Inquisitor Randolphus, you said? And is this Inquisitor Randolphus associated with Elise in any way?
Elise? What? That don't make any damn sense. What are you talking about?
I want to know if she's seeing anybody.
Well, man, she sees people every day. She's a damn patroller going up and down the roads, making sure no one's fucking up. What do you mean she's seeing anybody?
All right. Well, cheers. And I just kind of salute to Verge.
Well, now, hold up as you start taking your drink. No, not from the drink. You did look like you're about to leave me, but I don't want you to leave yet because, I don't want you dying for some weird-ass reason. So, You know that anyone mentioned the gibbering fever in detail to you?
No, just they walk around and they kind of mumble to themselves, and yeah, that's about it.
Okay, well, I can tell you this, and whoever the hell talked to you should have told you this. Whoever has that shit, if they die, they don't die.
What do you mean they don't die?
Well, another rumor has there's a bunch of dead people just walking around. The Catadramus, Catandramus, man, he has a shitty name. Residents.
So you're saying the coin district's full of undead walking around?
Yeah, that's fucked up, isn't it?
Yeah, if that turns out to be true.
Hey, long as Rena keeps those crazy bastards out of this place, I don't care, you know. The hell with the Coins District anyhow, bunch of rich assholes.
Well, I think we're gonna go see Rena and see what she has to say.
Just don't get yourself killed, or even worse, don't get yourself sick.
We're all good here. You keep serving that rum and I'll keep drinking it.
I'm pretty good at that, I can keep doing that.
And I give him another cheers and start to head back to the table. And move myself along here.
Well, that seemed like a productive conversation.
So, and I recount everything that I had just learned at the table.
Strikes me as not being a quiet guy. We probably heard most of it from over here, even.
Everyone in the tavern heard most of that.
It's starting to sound like a worse and worse idea to get involved in this.
We don't have anything better to do.
Not dying.
I mean, I've got a date with Elise on the line. So I think we go see what Rena knows.
All right.
Maybe there's coin in it.
Better be a lot.
I mean, we're gonna save a whole district full of people, right? There's got to be a lot of coin.
Let's stop the gibbering.
Besides, it hit the rich district. Maybe we can do some looting.
Tyrannic casually says, just... Say, are you guys trying to head to the Coins District?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to head to-
So I don't think any of you have actually looked at a map of this place yet. But I'll say, since you've spent a good bit here and you're back here now, perhaps one of you have acquired a map of specifics. So let me pull this up so you guys can finally get a look at where you've been. So, a little low res, the text is hard to read, but this is basically a full map of crossings. You guys have spent most of your time around this area, which is the Grievings District, this whole area. And you can see how it's kind of walled in and there's that main grainway. So the Coins District is all the way over here, I believe. So it's across the entire town. So you guys will be traveling west to get there through multiple districts. And as you travel through these districts, you can see that life is almost like instantly different when you go to another area. You find a more middle income, more upbeat area. It's not as run down and grim and whatnot. And it seems to get that way closer and closer you get to the Coins District. You guys are just proceeding directly there, right? To the gate entrance?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
In that case, eventually, you make it to where the gate would be. Well, it's not even really a gate, more like just a passageway. When you are met with what looks like a bunch of soldiers and barricade.
Around Wizard's Peak, that number 11.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta add some tokens here. Y'all ain't on the map yet. Jaeger. Ryan walks up to.
Hi, Dad.
Right.
Gotta update tokens.
Yeah, they're. I still haven't done that. And Tyrannic, same thing. You're not a change. So, you see a bunch of soldiers. A few seem to be standing around talking to each other. A few are manned up at what look like some wooden poles and stakes poking towards the Coin District, with a woman with a sword at her hip and standing very confidently with her back faced to you, looking out at the coins area. She looks like this.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of nudge into Jaeger a little bit. Maybe you get 2 dates out of this.
Mm-hmm.
The soldiers kind of glance at you as you're
pass
passing
by
by.
the soldiers, I just say, "Officers."
They just kind of look at you going by.
Reyna, excuse me, Reyna.
Rena turns around and looks at you. Her arms are crossed. Well, who the hell is this? Who the hell are all of you?
Well, Elise sent us. We're the folks that took care of the problem over at the mansion about a week ago.
Oh, that was you all, huh? Okay. Well, in that case, I'm glad to see you now. As she turns back around and looks back towards the Coins District. If you're up for a bit of work, we have a problem on our hand here. Mostly undead problem, it seems.
I go to grab her hand. And I say, "Odd, your hand doesn't look undead to me. It actually looks quite beautiful."
As she turns to look at you, her expression is completely neutral as she stares at you, and as she says, "If you want to keep that hand, I'll give you 2 seconds to remove it."
And I drop the hand.
And she turns and looks back towards the Coins District. There's a disease running rampant here. We've been keeping people out, but somehow the bastards still get through. We need to find out what's causing it and stop it. Randolphus thought it was magical, so he went in with a crew already. But he hasn't been back. And that's a damn problem.
How long ago?
Let's see. It was about... It's been a good while now. Maybe about half a day.
Was he meant to rendezvous or send message back between now and then?
He was supposed to go and, as he worded it, take care of whatever evils inhabit this. He was a very flamboyant. He's a very. The hell with it. He's an asshole, but he should have been back by now.
Kind of step forward, take a look at the guard to my upper left here. You feeling okay, soldier?
And look, he looks bandaged on his right arm as he turns and looks at you. Oh, yeah, one of just a small scratch. One of these bastards. As he looks forward to the coins area, and you see a corpse laying that looks like it got impaled a bit on the spikes too.
Yeah, I look over at Tyradek and I say, "You want to check that guy out?"
Second. Reyna, I assume y'all have attempted to heal these things. What have y'all thrown at it so far?
Well, aside from the magics of the Priest of the First God and what they can do, we haven't had any successes. Hence the Inquisitor getting involved himself. Went off with that weird box of his that emits light, saying he was going to go contain something. He wasn't very detailed because the priests work in mysterious ways, as she shrugs and looks up a bit. But
did you say the priests were able to actually heal this
right?
They're very weird. What was that, you?
You say the priests are actually able to heal this?
No, they've made attempts, but nothing's worked, which is why the Inquisitor's involved.
Got it. I'm going to step over to this guard, and I'm going to try cure on him. I'd like to attempt to heal any diseases he may have.
Okay, so you guys will walk up to the guard and just put your hand on him?
How you doing, man? Does this hurt? And then I'm going to cast cure on him.
He looks at you for a minute up and down as you touch onto his arm. And try to cast, cure disease?
Cure.
Oh, just cure? And you cast cure on him. You can't really tell if anything worked or not.
I look at Tyradek and then I kind of look back at Jaeger. Should you... Never mind. And I just kind of look out towards the Coins District. Kind of sigh.
Bertha walks up from behind. So, we going to go bash some undead heads, or what? What's the plan here then?
No, we haven't
think
talked
that's the
about
only
what's
option.
in it for us.
That's a good observation. Turn back to Reyna. Reyna, what's in it for us if we help?
Her eyes look at you and narrow a bit as she lets out a long sigh. I've always hated dealing with damn mercs. If you do this, I'm sure the treasury here will give you some sort of coin. Perhaps a few gold crowns. How's that sound? She tilts her head looking at you.
Well, I can tell you're not enjoying this conversation, but we just happen to be skilled in the type of labor that's needed here. No different than you would need a blacksmith to make a blade. We will be the blade that cuts through this zombie infestation. And should a laborer not be paid for their work? I don't mean to be obnoxious about it, but this is what we do. This is our livelihood. This is how I keep my gears oiled.
Well, tell you what. While you're in the coins district and you get to wherever the hell it is you need to go there, how about if you find someplace destroyed or roving with undead, I'll turn away to any idea of a few things you've picked up. How's that sound, Merc?
That sounds fair.
That sounds alright.
And I just kind of give Reyna just a couple taps on the shoulder. I appreciate your understanding. And I'll kind of step back over here to Thrak, and I'll lean down. We are going to pick this place clean.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have statues put up here to commemorate the good guys we are.
We're the best, the absolute best.
Always saving everybody. Hardly looking for any money at all.
So
Just
Reyna,
doing the Lord's work.
besides Randoofus that you sent in there, what other intelligence can you give us that's come from the field?
Well, we know an explosion occurred at the Catandramus house. That's where the Inquisitor was heading. We also know he went with 4 others, so he had some assistance with him. We know that whoever has the gibbering fever, if they're put down, they tend to become those gross things, as she motions towards the undead on the ground. And we also know it's, actually, and she turns and looks at one of her guards, as she says quietly, "We're not sure how the infection spreads quite yet."
And once they turn into the undead, have you noticed anything in particular that helps to put them down permanently?
Oh, a quick shot to the head normally does it. We have noticed, unfortunately, that sometimes when you put them down, they come with a bonus package of some small evil thing out of it.
And Dramus, what was he into?
Catandramus?
Yes.
Just another rich aristocrat. Like to throw his money around. I'm sure has his hand in a few places that I haven't had the time to deal with yet.
So no idea of what business he might have been transacting or how he accumulated his wealth.
I'm afraid not. Those folks are rather to themselves, as she looks away a bit.
What do the small things that come out of them look like?
Small winged creatures. Sometimes with horns, sometimes without.
About how
I
small?
lean down to Thrak and I say, "Meat cube monsters."
That's what I was thinking. So they're pretty small, yeah?
Pretty small.
Have you
Okay.
seen any large cubes of meat just hanging about?
She turns and raises a brow at you. Are you looking for food?
I kind of tap on my faceplate. I have no mouth. No need for food. But I assume that means you haven't seen any giant cubes of meat lumbering about.
No. Should I?
I look to everybody else and say, "No meat cube. We're good. No, we're good."
That they know about.
Yeah.
So Reyna, once we start making our way in here, what's the route that gets us to Catandramus's mansion?
She kind of tilts her head at you a bit. To get to Captain Dramus's mansion, the main path actually crosses right past it. Just follow it as it curves around. He's the highest mansion you'll find in this district. It's also the one that's mostly caved in from the explosion.
You wouldn't happen to have a map marking where your checkpoints are, would you?
From here? None of my men are in there right now. We're simply doing our best to keep them out.
It'd be nice to know where we can fall back to if things go a little sour.
She points right at the ground.
Taking a look up the hill, do I notice any like smoke coming from a particular area?
No.
Okay. Well, are we ready? As I look around.
I'll kind of acknowledge your question, and I'll pull out my gun, look down the sights of it, load it, put it back, pull out my scimitar, sort of slide it along my arm. Looks good and sharp. Ready to go.
Saviors of the city are here.
Rena kind of gives a smirk as you all start to proceed. Good luck, mercs. And if you see Randolphus, tell him to hurry the hell up.
If he's in any state to hear it.
Yeah, as I think to myself, what about zombie Randolphus?
As you all enter into the coins district. Now, once you enter here, it's pretty clear that it's a little barren. There's a few people out, but people seem to be moving rather with haste. It looks like a lot of people don't want to be on the streets right now. How are you guys entering this place? Are you trying to rush to your destination? Are you sneaking, or what's your goal?
I'll lean over to Jaeger and Thrak and try to kind of bring everybody in. And I'll say, perhaps we move through here with caution. We move at the speed of just a regular person walking day to day. We need to be able to keep an eye out for anything or anyone
Destroyed.
that might cause a problem.
Yeah, I think we walk the side of the road, take a look for any homes that look particularly damaged or abandoned for some extra payment, and we make our way up to the mansion.
Is that the plan?
I want to inspect the corpse on the ground over here. Is it like a full-on zombie?
It looks like a full-on zombie.
Okay. So, it should be safe to say that unless something has just freshly turned, we may be able to see it coming.
I hope you're right.
While
I
we're
hope I'm
standing
right, too.
here, I'd like to go ahead and do a sense magic and take a look at this zombie, see if it's still got any magic flowing through it.
Sure. You cast Sense Magic while looking at the zombie, and you don't detect any magic emanating from this spot.
Okay. It's definitely not got any juice left in it. Do I sense any other magic nearby?
Only on Jaeger. Well, actually, I take that back. You do. You sense magic on Bertha and Jaeger and yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought.
All right. We moving on?
Moving on.
Okay. So, everybody go ahead and make some stealth checks for me. That's your agility. If you have anything that enhances that, add your boons accordingly.
You said
Nice.
stealth check?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, everybody.
Well, I've been rolling awesome all night. How you...
Sorry, everybody.
So you all enter the coins district, and you start kind of taking your time, trying to sneak. It looks quite abandoned. You hear moans every now and then, but you don't really see anything other than just a few, what looks like normal people just hastily trying to get to their homes or somewhere. You're not sure, but everyone seems to be just extremely on edge here. walking along this path, eventually you do see a multitude of undead. Looks like they're chewing on a corpse. You're a good distance away from him, and all of you are mostly quiet except one of you. One of you accidentally kicks a can or makes some type of clang sound or just stubs his foot on a nearby light pole. Just loud enough to get the attention of these things. And give me a moment, because we're about to go.
How far in are we?
What do you mean by in? The Coins District?
Yeah.
Out of sight of the gate.
Okay.
And I apologize, you'll have to update. Because I suck. Okay. So this is what you see as you approach this crossroads. As a few of the undead perk their head up and look at your direction and slowly rise to their feet. And let's change tunes.
Fast turns?
Yes, we are going some fast turns. Who wants to go quick?
I'm quick. I'm done.
Okay, Tyrannic immediately armors up. Make sure to update your health too, because it's absolutely wrong on your tokens.
Yeah.
Can I use my... What time is it of day is it?
Right now, since you guys got a real early start, I'll say it's like maybe about 11 o'clock.
Okay. So there's no, like, shadows or anything anywhere?
No, not really. I mean, there are kind of. You do have these pillars here. And you're surrounded by some houses.
Is there anywhere I could potentially go and take cover and hide?
I'd say yeah. If you were to go, let's see. 5, 10. If you were to go, like, right here, then you could try to take the hide action there.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do.
Any other fast turns?
But I've got to wait for a slow turn to do it, because I can't move.
Okay, in that case, that'll bring us to some enemy fast turns, which they will do, as since they see some live targets now, they will start shambling.
That was good timing. You say shambling and the music kicks in.
I did.
As they all start just slowly walking their way to you, senseless. That'll bring us to slow turns for y'all.
Let's see. Well, that kind of kills my hide action, because they'll just see me there. I'm gonna take a couple steps over towards the house, underneath the awning here, and I'll pull out a longbow and I'll take a shot at the one out in front here.
Okay.
I moved a bit forward and take a defensive stance. And a triggered action that if something gets in my melee range, I'll swipe at it.
Alright.
I'm gonna move up next to him and do the same.
Which ones do you shoot, Orion?
This very first middle one.
Okay. You line up your arrow as best you can and let loose a shot right at this one in the front. And since this is a zombie, and your roll was a 20 or higher, you hit him right in the cranium as it stumbles back a bit and hits the ground.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Did I exceed his armor by 5?
Yes, but this... Actually, yes, you did.
Okay, then I'm going to take another shot at the one right behind it.
Let's see it. Also, it looks like... Oh, that was all your backstab stuff. The one right here?
Yep.
You line up another arrow, and another one right in the cranium as it crumples to the ground.
I kind of just look down at the bow, and I'm trying to figure out if this is the one that Tyrannic gave me, or if it's the one I had before, because something's not right.
Any other slow turns? Okay. Bertha will actually take a slow turn as she runs up beside you, Jaeger, and kind of hits her Morningstar against her shield and holds it up and just takes a defensive position. That'll bring us to a new round. Who wants to take a fast turn?
Seeing Orion just start dropping things, I've decided that range is definitely the answer, and I'm curious how this will go. I will fire a dart at the southern close-up one, and so I'm kind of curious what will happen there. I don't think it went off. And I'm going to aim for head, which I should be able to see.
Do you make an attack roll with that?
I do not. It's anything I can see, I can hit, pretty much.
Okay, so with your darts, since it's not an attack roll, you can't necessarily call a shot. You can only aim at different targets, unless it's an attack roll. Since it's an auto hit.
There it went, finally.
And where are you putting those 4 darts? Or 4 damage darts?
We lost Dave.
Yeah, we lost Dave.
Dave?
Yeah, he died.
Barak, suddenly it freezes in position at the sight of these things. He'll take 1 step back there. Bonus. So, wait, you did it again, Tyrannic. Can you shoot 2 darts at once?
No, it didn't go off the first time. I think I was lagging as well, so I hit it again.
Oh, well, we'll take the first one, because that should have been more legit. Where are you putting the 4 damage?
I'm attempting to shoot at that southern zombie at the head. I don't know if I'll hit.
Okay. You fire these darts off, but on an attack roll, I can't give you the opportunity to hit that head. You're going to sink 4 damage of darts into this thing. That's going to bring us to anyone else's fast turns? Okay. In that case, that'll just be some enemy...
We just lost Llama, too.
What? What's going on? We're losing people! Tyrannic fires those darts off, and seeing this thing just not even flinch and keep shambling, freezes in position. But that's the end of his turn, so we'll just go to enemy fast turns. 1, 2. Jaeger, this one enters your range. Doesn't that trigger anything for you?
Yeah, it triggers my attack. Can I make a swipe at the head?
You can make an attack roll. You don't have to call it. You just have to get a 20 or higher.
Oh, okay, cool.
I put it in the chat. Headshot.
Well, not that.
You take a swing at this thing as it's getting close, but you whiff. He just shambles. He shambles on up to your face.
Shamble. All right.
This one shambles closer. This one shambles closer. It's close. That'll bring us some slow turns. Which... Rack, you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Alright, lost you for a minute there. The cameras
Yeah.
are probably super wonky. That's just how it's gotta be for the moment, y'all. I apologize.
Alright, so I'm going to attack with my saber against his agility.
Okay.
Come up sometime.
The super
this,
lag? I wonder if the storm's causing it.
Is this a
don't
new
know.
round from when I went last?
Yeah, we're on slow turns now.
Okay. I'll take a slow turn as well.
Yeah, it's not showing up, Thrak. Roll 20 might be shit in the bed right now.
That's what it seems like.
We're trying to get through
Seems
it.
like my whole internet does.
The
Alright.
whole internet.
Oh, there's an attack.
Right, this one gets close, and you use your saber to lop its head right off as it goes bouncing away.
He just disconnected again.
Yeah.
Well, at least he got to decapitate a zombie before that happened.
I'll take a shot at this zombie right here in the middle with my longbow.
Okay. You take a shot, and you almost get his head, but just sticks into his neck for 10 damage.
I'm gonna take a swipe at the one in front of Bertha.
All right. What is his defense? Yeah, y'all been headshotting nonstop. That hits!
Yeah.
As you swing at the one that's getting close to Bertha and cut into it for 6 damage. Bertha, seeing this thing get close to her, is just going to immediately go for a Morning Star swing on it. All right.
Nice.
And
God damn.
after you knock this thing off balance with your axe, she follows up with an uppercut from her Morning Star that just caves its head in as it stumbles back and hits the ground.
Dude, our cameras are so fucked.
I know, it looks hideous right now.
Just trying to get through this fight.
Yeah, if we get through this, we'll be good. But I think that's everyone's slow turns, except Thrak gets an extra turn. But he DC'd, so Thrak will probably move in and attack, right?
Yeah, I'd say he would definitely attack.
Okay. We'll have Thrak walk in and take a saber strike at this thing. Gotta go to his character sheet. What does he do? Oh. Here's a saber versus agility. Okay, and this strike whiffs completely as he tries to cut into him. That'll bring us to... Oh, the enemies already went. Did Tyrannic go?
No.
Okay. Does he have a bow? He does. He's gonna take his bow of fulfillment and he's just gonna try a ranged shot on the one that Thrak just swung at. And the arrow just flies clear. That'll bring us to a new round. Who's taking a fast turn?
I'll take a fast turn and take another shot at the one right in front of Thrak right there. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to aim for the one behind.
All right.
For that one.
Nice.
You're just spot on with this bow as you put this one right through his eye, and it stumbles back and dies.
Take another shot, boy.
I will take another shot at the other one right there.
Boom! Headshot.
Orion seems to have found his calling. As another zombie approaches his friend, he lines up another shot and sinks another one right through the skull of this creature as it crumples to the ground.
Whew.
And that will take us out of combat.
I'll kind of look at my bow again, and then look at the hand that normally grabs the arrows, and I'll kind of look and see a little bit of smoke coming off of it, and shake it. I don't know what happened. Who'd we get back? We got somebody back.
Did someone come back?
Yep, I'm
Correct.
back.
You tried to kill a zombie but failed, but Orion put 2 more headshots out afterwards, so it's all okay.
Thank you very much.
And
Just doing my part.
Erratic is still missing in action. Alright. Well, I think that due to technical difficulties, yeah, we're gonna be done for now. Fortunately, that combat ended perfectly. I don't think a single one of y'all took a hit from one of these guys.
Nope.
Which is very good for undisclosed reasons currently. So, we're gonna end that session here. Everybody who's been watching, apologize for the technical difficulties. It happens, whatever though. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for watching. If you like what we do, please follow. If you really like it, subscribe. That's some good stuff. Put more money in the stream, do better stuff, do more fun things. That's what we want to do. So, yeah, y'all got anything before we head out?
We're gonna be back on Wednesday with maybe some Vermintide, maybe some HOTS, we don't know. And then not this weekend, but next weekend, we will be back with live D&D.
Oh yeah.
Which we haven't done in almost 2 months. I guess, yeah, it's been, I'll have to look at when our last session was, but it's been at least a couple months since we've played in person.
Been a minute.
So we'll be back in real life on the 20th or 21st. 20th, yep. So looking forward to that.
All right. Well, again, y'all, thanks for hanging out, and we will see you next time.
Peace.